Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I tell you what, folks, I've been watching General Hospital longer than a lot of folks have been married. And let me just say, this summer in Port Charles is shaping up to be something special. When I first caught wind that a brand new face was coming to town, it got me all excited, just like the old days when a fresh story would light up the screen. They're bringing in Dean Geyer to play Tristan Roberts, and from everything they're hinting at, this young man is going to shake things up in a big way. Now, I'm not usually one to start guessing too early, but my mind keeps drifting right over to Jocelyn. After all the heartaches that girl has carried, doesn't she deserve a real chance at happiness? Lord, that whole business with Dex Heller still sits heavy with me. Evan Hofer did such a fine job with that character when Dex was taken from us. I felt it right in my chest for Jocelyn. She was devastated, as any young woman would be. But you know what? She's tougher than she looks. Instead of letting the pain swallow her whole, she picked herself up and made the brave decision to join the WSB. That took real guts. For a little while, it seemed like she might find some comfort with S. Vaughn Bryce Durfee brought a certain spark to the role, but then Jack Brennan, played by Chris McKenna, stepped in and whisked that poor fellow away to God knows where. Another door slammed shut on her just when things were starting to look promising. I've been reading what some of the fans are saying online, and a good number of them are hoping Jocelyn might turn to someone like Cassius Faison, the fellow who used to play Nathan West. Ryan Pavey always had that steady, dependable charm that made a lot of us root for him. There's something comforting about imagining Jocelyn finding peace with a man who feels solid and familiar. But between you and me, I've got a good feeling the writers might have something even better in store with this Tristan Roberts. There's just something about the way they're introducing him that makes me think this could be a romance that grows slow and steady. The kind that feels earned after all the storms Jocelyn has weathered. Maybe he'll bring a little adventure into her life, or perhaps he'll be the calm presence she needs after losing Dex and watching Vaughn disappear. At our age, we know how rare it is to find that kind of connection, the one that makes you believe in second chances again. I sit here in my chair with my coffee every afternoon, thinking about how these stories mirror real life. We've all had our share of losses and surprises, haven't we? That's why I keep coming back to General Hospital. It reminds me that even in the middle of chaos, love can still find a way to bloom when you least expect it. I sure hope Tristan turns out to be the right kind of man for Jocelyn, someone who sees her strength in her heart and sticks around through whatever Port Charles throws at them next. This summer feels full of promise, and I'm right here cheering them on. There's nothing better than watching a good story unfold with characters you've grown to care about like family. What do you think, friends? Are you as curious as I am about what Tristan will bring to Jocelyn's world? I can't wait to see how it all plays out. I gotta tell you, this whole idea of Tristan Roberts coming into Jocelyn's life has me smiling from ear to ear. Once that terrible nightmare of being held captive at Windermere is finally over and done with, and our girl finally gets her freedom back, I sure hope she has the chance to breathe easy and open her heart again. She's carried so much pain on those young shoulders. Losing Dex the way she did just about shattered her. Then trying to move on with Vaughn only to have him taken away. It's been one heartbreak after another. A woman like Jocelyn deserves a real shot at happiness, and I'm hoping this new fella might just be the one to give it to her. You know, the more I chew on it, the more I think Tristan and Jocelyn could fit together like two pieces of a puzzle. She's got that strong, fiery spirit and courage that comes from everything she's survived. If Tristan brings a steady hand and a good heart to match her fire, well, that could be something special. I can already picture the two of them sharing quiet moments in Port Charles, maybe stealing glances across the room at first, then slowly letting those feelings grow. Lord, wouldn't that be a sight for sore eyes after all the darkness she's walked through? Of course, this is General Hospital we're talking about, so nothing ever stays simple for long. I've got this feeling in my gut that Tristan might turn out to be a WSB agent too, just like Jocelyn. They named the character after Tristan Rogers. You remember Robert Scorpio, don't you? That old legend of the WSB. It only makes sense that this new Tristan would have some kind of tie to that same world. If that's the case, then the higher-ups will probably try to keep them apart, same as they did with Jocelyn and Vaughn. One more time, the job coming between two people who might truly care for each other. It's the kind of rule that always seems so unfair, especially when you've already lost so much. But here's the thing I've learned after all these years watching life and watching this show. The heart wants what the heart wants, and it doesn't much care about rules or orders. If Jocelyn feels that real pull toward Tristan, I believe she'll fight for it with every ounce of that stubborn courage she's got. She's never been one to sit back and let other people decide who she can love. I can almost hear her saying something like, "I've waited long enough, and I'm not letting this slip away. And between you and me, I'd be cheering her on from my living room couch." After everything she's been through, she deserves a love that feels safe and worth holding on to. Time will tell how it all plays out, but right now, I'm sitting here with my coffee, feeling hopeful. Port Charles has a way of surprising us when we least expect it. Maybe this summer brings Jocelyn not just freedom from Windermere, but the chance to finally build something real with a man who understands her strength and her heart. I sure hope the writers let her have that. At our age, we know how rare and precious those kinds of stories are. I'll be right here week after week, rooting for them with everything I've got. I got to tell you, after everything Jocelyn has gone through these past few years, I wouldn't blame her one bit if she decides to hang up her WSB badge and walk away for good. That life has brought her more pain than joy, losing Dex in such a shocking way, than getting close to Vaughn only to have him ripped away, and now this long, terrifying ordeal locked up at Windermere. It's enough to wear anybody down. At some point, a young woman like her needs to choose her own peace and happiness instead of constantly running toward danger. If she does step away from the WSB, just imagine how freeing that would feel. She could finally open her heart and date whoever she wants, without any rules, restrictions, or bosses telling her who's off limits. No more worrying about whether the person she cares for is on the same team or not. That kind of freedom might be exactly what she needs to start healing and really living again. You know, whether she stays with the WSB or leaves it behind, I'm pretty sure Jocelyn is going to have a new man in her life before too long. She's got too much love and spirit in her to stay single forever. And right now, this new guy, Tristan Roberts, looks like he could be a real attractive choice for her. From the little hints we've been getting, he seems like he might have that steady, dependable quality that could balance out Jocelyn's fiery personality. After all the storms she's weathered, she deserves someone who can stand beside her, make her laugh, and give her a sense of safety. I keep thinking about how nice it would be to see her slowly let her guard down, share quiet conversations, and maybe even build something meaningful in that wild town of Port Charles. It would be the kind of love story that warms your heart after so many sad chapters. Of course, this is General Hospital, so the road ahead won't be smooth. The latest word is that Jocelyn still has more troubles waiting for her at Windermere in the weeks to come. More twists, more danger, and plenty of those tense edge-of-your-seat moments that keep us all glued to the screen. I can already picture the drama unfolding, surprise revelations, close calls, and interactions that'll have your stomach in knots, but that's what makes the show so good. It takes you through the hard times, so the brighter moments feel even sweeter when they finally arrive. All in all, I'm sitting here with my coffee, feeling hopeful about Jocelyn's future. She's earned some real happiness after everything she's survived, and I truly believe this summer could bring her a fresh start. Whether it's with Tristan or someone the writers haven't shown us yet, I just want to see that girl smiling again and finding a love that actually lasts. Port Charles has broken hearts more times than I can count, but it's also given us some of the most beautiful romances over the years. I'll be right here every week, cheering her on and wondering how it all turns out. Life's too short not to root for the good stuff, and I've got a real good feeling that better days are coming for our Jocelyn.